सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति। What is ignorance? How does ignorance exist in you? Is the difficult thing to understand. Generally, all of us will say, "Yeah, I am very ignorant person." But we need to understand what does it mean. Because most of the time, we don't feel something wrong with ignorance. We don't understand how wrong it is to be in that state. Why is because we really don't understand what is the meaning of ignorance. I don't know God. I don't know about Brahman. Therefore, I come to your class. Believing after the class I will be able to understand Brahman. And then what? That's all. I'll say thank you to you, sir. The problem is not the class or your belief, please. Why there is no force? Why what we call technically as that mumukshatva, that craving, the thirst for knowledge is not there. Why is because you really do not understand what is wrong to be in that state of ignorance. What happens? With ignorance here is not lack of information. Like, I do not know the capital of Denmark. I really don't know. Just saying. Okay. Anybody knows? I don't know. So please say Denmark. Some name comes. What is the capital of that? Okay, I didn't knew this. So what? So if I'm going to write some competitive exam, then it'll be relevant. When you are not going to write any competitive exam, why should you know about what is the capital of Denmark? No. Ignorance, we all understand, lack of information. And information is power, sir. Correct. Information is power. If you don't know how the TV works, right? Anyone can fool you. Because the moment they open the motherboard, how many of you will understand? Anybody? None of you understand. No? Motherboard, if they open and say, sir, you see this chip? You see that chip? It's not proper. And they'll take one and show, see, this is gone. So we need to replace it with a new one. Obviously, new one will look like what? Shiny, no? If you see a capacitor which is shiny, understand it's risky to put that. It should not be shiny. Correct? See, it's very easy to fool you because you don't know, right? When you are in ignorance about something, there is a possibility that you may suffer. When a situation comes where you have to encounter that, so long as that situation doesn't come, you don't have you don't have any issue. Even if such a situation comes, you can hire that knowledge temporarily. Like, I do not know how to file a case in the High Court. Right? There are steps, no? Isn't it? You can't just go and stand there and say, take my case. Can't do that. There are steps. I don't know that. So what I can do? Or what I should do? Go to whom? Lawyer. Don't go to an electrician. Correct? Huh? If you want to file a case in the Supreme Court or High Court or local court, any court for that matter, you have to go to a lawyer, however lousy the lawyer can be. However brilliant the electrician can be, you cannot go and ask the electrician how to file a case in the High Court. You cannot go and ask him that. Right? But you can go to a lawyer and hire. Correct? Assuming you are lucky, you will find a good lawyer. Then there's a good chance of your case is winning. If you don't have a good lawyer, but the envelope will say what? Satyameva Jayate. Okay. Truth alone wins. If truth alone wins, why you need a good lawyer? I don't know. See. So even to tell the truth, you need who? You need a good lawyer for that. Weird, you know. But anyway, but you can hire, no? Right? When we say you are ignorant of Brahman or you are ignorant of God, what is the problem? You all understand. See, when you are ignorant of law, there is a problem possibility. When you are ignorant of television, there is a possibility. When you are ignorant of plumbing, there is a possibility. When you are ignorant of engineering, there is a possibility. There is a need for that knowledge. There's a need for that knowledge. There's a need for the knowledge. There's a need for the knowledge. When it comes to you are ignorant of God, Brahman, what is the need? Do you feel the need? Actually speaking, no, if I don't know God, that's called ignorance. And that ignorance of yours starts playing a game. What is a game that ignorance plays? The moment you are ignorant, your mind starts imagining. It will not stay in ignorance. In all other fields, when you are ignorant of engineering, your mind doesn't play an imaginary role. It doesn't start imagination. Avarana will stay as Avarana. It will not become a Vikshepa. No imagination will come. Avarana means ignorance. Vikshepa means imagination, projection. Your mind starts projecting, he said. The mind builds an imagination. And your mind builds an imagination and it starts believing in that imagination. You imagine and then you believe in that imagination as the truth. as fact. This is called ignorance. This is where problem starts for you. Since if this imagination problem is not there, there is no issue. None of us have to worry about. You are ignorant of so many things, you are ignorant of God also. So what? Big deal. Even if you don't know, no loss. Right? No loss for you. There are so many people who have lived their life without having a clue of, without even, entering police station. They'll pass by the police station. How many of you have been into fire station? Fire station. No? Only one person has been. For what you went there?
For business.
Business. You didn't go to fire station. You went to their office. They'll say, sir, officer, anga poi park. Not here. Don't even enter there. You don't even know what is what. You don't know why what is kept there, why this is kept here, why it is organized this way. No clue. What will they be doing whole day? Fire officers are there, no? Right? What are they going to do the whole day? Every day, no job for them. Right? In fact, all of us will be praying what? Let them not have any job. Then our life is good. So, just to be jobless, simply sitting, whole day they have to be sitting. They have to, one day, suddenly they have to get into activity. That too what? Not relaxed. You see, rushing. None of us have seen that. None of us have encountered what it is. Lived our life, passed away also. No issues. Similarly, I don't know God. I don't have that knowledge of this Atman, Brahman, this Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Nothing is there for me, sir. But I have lived my life happily. No. What is the problem? This is where the difficulty is. The problem is not teaching you Atma Vidya. Brahma Vidya is not the problem at all. Teaching Brahma Vidya is very easy. The most difficult part here is to convince you the need for this Brahma Vidya. To convince you that it is a necessity for your life. It's not a luxury. It's not a comfort. If you have that knowledge, well and good. It's not like that. Like we may not be able to produce doctors. 1 lakh doctors. Is it possible? That's not possible. But we can produce people who are capable of giving first aid, right? Right, no? How many of you have got formal training, first aid training? Just takes about 1 week course. 1 week course. That's all is needed. The people wouldn't be suffering so much. Easy to give. This knowledge. If this knowledge is there for people, that skill, if you have, that knowledge, if you have, life can be comfortable. You see, in case of emergency, it assists you, it helps you. Like basics of carpentry. Some schools now, they have started this now. They start, teaching the kids about, sewing machine, how to use. Oh, what a great skill, We are developing kids in a different dimension, sir. And you will be charged 5 lakhs for that. Tailoring is teaching. Horse riding. As though this guy is going to go horse riding every day. Can you bring the horse on the street? Hmm? Horse also will walk like buffalo. So much of traffic. Yesterday I came from my house. My cousin, took a two-wheeler from my house to Gandhi Bazaar. I walked. I reached. He also reached. Vidyarthi Bhavan. We went for dinner, no, Vidyarthi Bhavan from my house. We brought to Vidyarthi Bhavan. I'll come by walk. I don't want to take the car. There's no parking there. I'll walk. He said, no, we have to come, so I'll go faster. So he said, he'll go faster to Vidyarthi Bhavan because his friend is waiting there. So I said, okay, go. He reached and I reached. Same time. Hey, what's the problem? This horse riding. Those skills, I'm not saying those skills are not needed, please. If you have it, well and good, but they are not necessity. But when it comes to this Brahma Vidya, it's a necessity because this ignorance doesn't stay as ignorance. It starts creating something. It develops into next step, which is known as Vikshepa. Projection. Projection means your mind starts imagining so many things. And it starts believing in that imagination. Remember, that belief in that imagination is called ignorance. If it is some logical thing and then you believe in it, that's not ignorance, please. Imagine. Now, when you are in such a state, how to educate you on Brahman, that which is to be known, Jnayam, which means it is what, sir? It is compulsorily should be known. It's not a choice. It's not luxury to know that. Even if you don't know, so what? It doesn't make any difference. But this is not like that, he says. So this, what is that Jnayam? It's a beautiful quick question by Arjuna. What is to be known? The two questions are fascinating. In the 6 questions that he has asked, he asked these 2 questions. That shows how smart Arjuna is. Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Just words, you see. Nothing great about it. And remember, Arjuna is not an ignorant person. Okay? Arjuna is the role model. He's icon. Every girl wants a husband like Arjuna. Every mother wants a son like Arjuna. Every man wants to be like Arjuna. Every child wants to grow into Arjuna. That is his skill and his name and his fame. That's what he is. He's not ignorant person. He is not some local person, please. He's such a known personality. Put together he is. Vijaya is his name. Dhananjaya, the winner of wealth. Savyasachi, the person who had this, it's like, he can wield the bow with both the hands. Equal. Imagine a batsman. If he takes a guard as a right-hand batsman, he plays like Sachin Tendulkar. If he takes left, he plays like Brian Lara. If you ask Tendulkar to play with left, he can't. Same way, Brian Lara cannot play right. That is not possible. He'll get out. Imagine a batsman who can play both. Only then you understand what is this Sabyasachi means. What skill he must have. He can do that brain surgery. Right hand, left hand. You will not know the difference. With the same skill. He will shoot with right hand and left hand. What skill he must have. And his Dhananjaya is known as. Like we all right now those days, US return. Yeah? US return. This fellow, heaven return. You can imagine what caliber he must have. He did not go to heaven. There is a special entry permit given by heaven for him. They invited him. You know. When Modi was a chief minister, US they said, we will not give visa to Modi. You know that, no? Some stupid reason. The moment he became prime minister, first invitation, no? You know that? 2014, first visit of his. First invitation is from, yes, please come. Like that, Arjuna got a special invitation from heaven, please come. What fame, what power, what reach he must have had. Fought equally with Lord Shiva. Can you imagine? Someone fights with Lord Shiva and survived. Unbelievable. If a fellow opens his eye, the whole thing is burnt. That's the power of Lord Shiva. So fought with him. First with bow and arrow, and then with sword, and then physical fight. Lord Shiva. Can you believe? It's a very interesting one, One of the, I think it is Appai Dikshidhar. Very interesting one they say. How is it that Arjuna had so much of power? One poet asks. He's wondering. Impossible. One blow. Imagine one blow given by Shiva. And don't think Shiva is such a, just, pretending to be blowing. There is no pretension, please. With Lord Shiva, there is no pretension. He is a straightforward God. Vishnu is like that. He is a deceptive fellow. Shiva is not a deceptive guy. His anger is also not deceptive. His love is also not deceptive. When Vishnu loves you, you can't trust him. When he is angry also, you can't trust him. The fellow can never be trusted. Shiva is not like that. So he wonders, how is it possible? From where Arjuna got that power to withstand the blow of Shiva? I got the answer. The moment he gets a question, he gets an answer. That's because, see, when there is a fight between father and son, mother will go and protect who first? So, when Lord Shiva comes, along with Lord Shiva came as a hunter, Parvati also comes with him. Shakti is always there with him. They don't separate. There is no separation between Shiva and Parvati. They always go together. Like we go together, no, for all the classes. Like that. Always there. When these two were fighting, she was hiding behind the tree and she is looking at the beauty of Arjuna, the child, her son, The mother gets the kick out of seeing husband or son. Till they get a child, husband. The moment they get the child, husband second. Number one becomes this. So he got so much of power, not inherent in Arjuna, because of the grace of Parvati falling on Arjuna. Nothing happened to that fellow. And after some time only Shiva realized it. The fellow was too involved, He didn't understand. After he realized, now no point in continuing the fight, because even if I fight with him for another one yuga, this lady is going to be standing there and looking at him. Right? Nothing will happen to him. So what's the point? Let's stop the fight. Call it as draw. Tie. Correct. Match tie. That is the power of your look. Turn it on me also, no? He asks. That much power you have, no? Just look at me, man. Beautiful imagination, these people. So I was just reminded of that. I was talking about beauty of Arjuna. Classical character he is. Such a knowledgeable person, such a man who is so much of name and fame and power and skill that he has enjoyed right through his life, he is asking the question, what is knowledge? See, an ignorant man asking the question, what is knowledge, is not inspiring. A knowledgeable person asking, what is knowledge? A child coming and asking, what is physics? What is science is nothing extraordinary. What is physics? He will ask. When a physicist asks the question, what is physics? I don't know. Please tell me. Physics lecturer will be eloquent. A physicist says what? I don't know. Can you teach me about this atoms? Yeah. That is pregnant, you see. So when Arjuna asks this question, what is jnanam and what is to be known through that jnanam? Krishna gets excited. Thus, we have another 4 chapters. That excitement of, remember, that question of Arjuna that he asked in the 13th chapter, beginning of the 13th chapter, I told you, there are 6 words he is asking for an explanation. The 4 words are nothing great. Okay. Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Jnanam, Jneyam, Purusha, Prakriti. This Purusha, Prakriti is nothing great. Might as well know this also. What is it? What is Kshetra, Kshetrajna also is nothing interesting. That's all, purely academic. Right? But because at every end of these chapters, you will see a possibility for conclusion. The end of the 10th chapter, there is a possibility of conclusion. Oh my God, you are such a great. You say I should fight. I'll start the game. He should have started. He didn't. He said, you have described, but I wanted to see visual. Right. And there are 2 parts in the 8th chapter when he says, he should have asked, okay, now I wanted to take the path which is the path of the sun. I don't want to take this path. I want direct. So direct one means I have to do this. Let me do it. He should have started the fight. Ninth chapter, again, he should have started the fight. What's a useless man? All this is redundant things. Continue. He should have started. He didn't. Then in the 10th chapter, at least he should have started the fight. He didn't. 11th chapter also he should have started the fight. He didn't. 12th chapter he should have started the fight. He didn't. At least the end of the 12th chapter he should have started. But instead of starting, he goes in a different direction. Arjuna takes the whole discussion to a different level, different angle he goes. Now please explain to me all these things. In this 6, Krishna is not elaborating much with reference to the 4. Kshetra, Kshetrajna over in 2 verses. Even though the chapter is titled Kshetra, Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, but that's over in 2 verses. But then what is exciting for Krishna is the question asked by Arjuna on what is Jnanam and what is Jnayam. Through that knowledge, what is knowledge? Who will ask the question? An ignorant person asking the question is very understandable. Obviously, he will ask, what is knowledge? What is management? What is money? What is electricity? What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? A child will ask. Adult will never ask. A knowledgeable person will never ask, what is knowledge? Now here is a man who is so knowledgeable standing and asking that question, what is knowledge? Through that knowledge, what is to be known? What is the essential thing I should know in life? You study, you get educated, you send your kids also for education. To know what? This I have never understood. Ask all the kids. I have seen a lot of interviews. Last about, few months I've been, having this thought. You ask anybody with reference to the goal they have in life, what is your goal? What is your goal? What is your goal? What is your goal? All of them talk about only one thing. Have you seen? Career. As though career alone can be a goal. Beyond career, you can never conceive of any goal. Check, no? If you find anything very interesting, all these guys, go and ask the kids. Every school teacher, I remember. In my 11th and 12th, I shifted my school. 6th standard, I don't remember. I shifted school. From 5th standard to 6th standard to a different school. From 11th, up to 10th, I studied. 11th, 12th, 11th standard, when I went, the teacher asked, what is the goal of your life? I said, Terila, sir. You idiot, you will never grow in life. Same thing. I went to college. Same question asked. HOD came. They asked, what is the goal you have? Goal? No, football all that. I have to think like, I said, are we playing football here or what? Yeah, goal. What is, now, you cannot think of a goal beyond your career. So all your knowledge is for what? All your training, all your skills, all that you are developing, everything is one framework. So your whole life is invested only for what? Building your career and pursuing your career. By the time you finish your career, you are retired already. And then come to Vedanta class to know what? What is to be known. Hey. Next to my house is the college. I don't know. Right through, I've been living like that. Wherever I go, there's a college. Street end, there's a college. Neighbor college, this side. Wherever I went. Boys and girls will be standing there, and boy will be following a girl. All that we keep seeing. It's so interesting to see from top, you see. That's my entertainment now. I near the bay window. I sit and watch. I fix up a fellow. I know this guy is following whom now. Let's see. I will follow. And it's so cute to see. It is so interesting to see also. It is, you know, Imagine one 75-year-old following a girl. That's ugly. See, the boy is standing near, girls' college and, whistling. It is okay. And it's cute actually. It's nice to see. So interesting to see that. But imagine 75-year-old standing there and whistling. Something wrong is. See. Similarly, you should know about AM when. What is to be known? When? What to do? Our entertainment is, at least you are there, no? So we'll say, okay, doesn't matter, we'll start. Your mind starts projecting things. Now, since you're asking what is to be known through that jnanam, he's going to describe, and the description is followed traditional. The traditional way of teaching what is that to be known, this Brahma Vidya, is taught through the language of contradiction. That's the best method of teaching for various reasons. Uh, any number of reasons are there why they speak that language of contradiction. If truth is whole, it should include the opposites. Only then it is whole. Otherwise, it is not whole. It is part. Purnamadah Purnamidam. This is whole, this is whole. And they say the truth is complete, means it should contain both in it. Only then it is complete. Otherwise, it is incomplete. So here he is talking about the truth, the reality. The reality has to be like that. So therefore, they have to present the facts as a fact. So language of contradiction is not only to trigger you to think. That's the fact. Why that's a fact? Because they're talking about the truth, which is whole. A whole means something that has to contain the opposites. Only then it is complete. Otherwise, it is incomplete. Only positive there, sir. Only one aspect is there, other aspect is not there. Now it is incomplete. It should contain everything in it. Everything means opposites are included. So therefore, they are not stating these things only to trigger your thinking, please. This is given as a fact. So now he is going on with this. Everywhere that exists in the world, enveloping all. Enveloping all means it should include the opposites. That's why there's contradiction. And more you recognize that contradiction, more and more you relate to that contradictions, more and more it will expose your ignorance. More and more you think on these contradictions, it will expose the ignorance to you. That's why this is important. Contradictions are not what is this, and we'll see. It is moving, it is unmoving. It is far, it is near. It is small, it is big. All that is a different explanation. But we need to understand why they speak such language, why they are presenting it this fashion. It's presented in like this because of that. It exposes your ignorance. Now, again, we need to go back to what is ignorance. Ignorance is not knowing. Ignorance is misknowing, misunderstanding. It is not just non-understanding. It's misunderstanding. You have a misunderstanding. What is your misunderstanding? You have a set pattern. See, you understand the truth to be in a particular way. Anything opposite to the truth, you cannot conceive. Like, if you understand perfection through Rama, right, you will never understand perfection of Christ. You will never understand the perfection of Buddha. What is the proof? What is the proof?
Jambavan wanted to see Rama and Krishna.
I think story.
Story.
Proof, we don't give a story. Proof has to be yours. What is the proof of that, sir? You will never understand. If you are okay, I'll put it this way. Maybe I'm not clear about the question. If you are a devotee of Rama, right, you understand perfection only as Rama is, Krishna. If you say only Krishna, sir, Purna Avatar, rest are all what? Okay. Nrsimha, if you say only Nrsimha. Ganesha, you say only Ganesha. Christ, if you say only Christ. Buddha, you say only Buddha. Now my question is, what is the proof? They'll have pictures. Oh, have you not seen? In so many houses, they'll have all the pictures. They'll have all the pictures in the house. Where somebody gifts, you don't know what to do, and you are scared to throw. Like, they give that Tirupati calendar. What do you do? 2023 Tirupati calendar. What do you do with that? Every year the dilemma comes, no? What to do, sir? Tear it and throw, no? Then what do you do? Our fellows have a weird way of doing all this, Take that and put it in the temple. Binna. If you keep it in the, have you seen the villages? If you go, you will see lot of pictures, lot of photos and things will be there. Why? Because they are scared. You see, this is called ignorance. It's your imagination, and then you think it is real. You know it is not real. If you genuinely think it is real, you should be carrying that with you. Correct? If you think that is Krishna, what you should do? Sir, 23 calendar or 94 calendar or doesn't matter, sir. That should be this. You do puja and all that, no? Do puja for those photos and you do puja for those, vigrahas and all those things. But then what you do? Now we go near that, recently went through this Kaveri, Srirangpatna. Suddenly I'm seeing lot of statues there. You saw that? So many Shiva there, this one, that one. Suddenly from where all those guys appeared? What they did? Who are those fellows? Somewhere, some place, somebody, created that, sculpture. Now they wanted to change. They got a new one. Now they don't know what to do with the old one. Break it? No. What to do now? Take it and put it in the river. Beautiful. If you believe, if you are a true devotee of Krishna, I'm talking about the true devotees, okay, not you. True devotees of Krishna or true devotee of Rama, they will never be able to understand perfection through any other means. No one they'll consider to be perfect. Everyone will appear to their eyes as inferior. Superior, no chance. See, a Rama devotee will never consider Krishna to be superior. Buddha, Buddhist, you know that, no? Buddhist believe Rama is the previous avatar of Buddha. You know that? I think Rama is Buddha in his previous birth was Rama. He understood that's not perfection. So he took birth again as Buddha and achieved Nirvana. Till then he is not perfect. So Buddhists will never understand. Will never say that. What is the proof? The proof is your own dreams. Even by mistake, to the devotee of Krishna, Christ will appear in the dream. Impossible. Christ came in my dream. He will never say that. By mistake also he will not come. Not to talk about Mahavira, not to talk about Buddha, not to talk about other gods. No other god will come in his dream. Who will come? Only Krishna will come. Only Rama will come. Only Ganesha will come. Ganesha only will come. Why nobody else come? Because you are not conceiving, you see. So your conception of perfection is through this. So they don't. So when you understand perfection in that sense, you get close to all other possibilities. So to challenge your thinking, your preconceived ideas, which is called ignorance. So when we say ignorance here, in Vedanta, ignorance means the knowledge that you are carrying about God is called ignorance. Whatever you know about God is ignorant. Doesn't matter what you know. You can say anything. Why? Because all your conceptions will be partial. Only Jiddu Krishnamurti, sir. Ramana, only Ramana. So the topic is what is Krishna as Jagat Guru. I was invited. That's the last invitation I got. Right? Those people called me. In that conference, each one had to present a paper. So my topic given to me was, Krishna the Jagat Guru. I would explain how Krishna is entitled or how Krishna getting that title as Jagat Guru is justified. Correct. Yes, sir. He deserves the title Jagat Guru. I have to explain that. A fellow comes and tells me, I have a witness for that. He was there with me. The fellow says, in between, if you can say a few words about Ramana also, it will be good, sir. I said, Edukku? I said, what do you mean by Edukku? You already have printed. Invitation all is already printed. If that is not printed, they would have removed me. They already printed and sent to all their, in their monthly magazine. What do you mean? We are Ramana. I said, see, correct. I have my reverence to Ramana is to such an extent that I have never entered that ashram. I have passed through. I've never entered. Because unless and until I have a glimpse of something in me, even to go near him, I have a great reverence to him. Don't think that, I'm anti or anything, please. My reverence to him is utmost. I don't think I've not read his books. Right? But in a context, even if you have to talk about Krishna, you have to talk through Ramana. Because Ramana gave the certificate. Because Ramana also had referred Krishna as Jagat Guru, therefore Krishna is Jagat Guru, is what I have to say there. And you know what? The most interesting thing, like Vivekananda got the last, in the Parliament of Religion, Vivekananda was called for the last address. They will not call him first. It's last. At that time, the whole audience was so tired of listening to the lectures after lecture after lecture. Last is my talk. Two fellows are the worst to get. First speaker and the last speaker. The last speaker is more complicated because all that you can think of saying, someone would have told. And the moment I start the joke, they will know. The moment I start the idea, they know. I have Purnama, that fellow explained. No, same thing is also explained. Say, anything we say, they would have heard already, and it is fresh in their memory. At least after 1 week, there's a chance of you forgetting, because I myself forget. So my belief, if the speaker forgets, listening obviously would have forgotten. So I have that liberty to speak. Fresh they are all. Now Krishna, Jagat Guru, anything I quote, two fellows from the audience are repeating along with me. Verse. I thought, quoting some verses from the Gita. No, that fellow knows better than me. So what to do here with these fellows? How I managed? Something I don't remember what I said. Something I said, and we are all having, tea. Sir, 7, 8 fellows came and told, yours is the best, sir. I said, simply don't say, because others, the list of other speakers I have seen. Chumma soladinga. Sir, you are the only person who stuck to the topic, sir. But the problem is what? The organizers were not happy. Audience are happy. What is the point of impressing the audience? You have to impress the organizer. Only then you will get repeat. That buddhi I didn't have that time. So only now the priorities are clear. When you go, don't worry about the audience. Worry about the organizer. So you get the repetition. I stuck to the topic. I said, if Ramana comes in between, I will refer. Somehow I can't bring, why? If you understand perfection through Ramana, you can never understand perfection of Ram Tirtha. Ramana, in our culture, we have one, if you are a spiritual person, you should have visited Himalayas at least once. Ramana, Tiruvannamalai, that's all. The fellow went, entered, stayed, died also. Never, he did not come to Chennai, Chennai also has not come. Surgery, they said, sir, Chennai alone, you can, if you come and do here, do, or else forget. If you want to do surgery, you do. They say, what? The doctor, from Germany, those two fellows came. Said, sir, you have to, he said, no, you want to do surgery, no? They got confused. You want to do surgery, you do. I will not do. If you understand perfection through Ramana, you can never understand the perfection of Ramatirtha. If you understand perfection through Ramatirtha, you will never understand the perfection of Tapovan Maharaj. It is not. So never try to understand perfection through those phases. Then how do you understand? Try to accommodate. Don't try to say all put together. That is also not possible. So therefore, how you understand? You have to understand perfection through the whole thing. That's why the language of contradiction. That Nyayam, what is to be known? What is to be known has to be known, including the opposites. That's why he is giving a lot of contradictory statements. You will find that throughout the Shastras, all the Upanishads, you will find this same style. Bhagavad Gita, same style. All these masters speak the language of contradiction. Why? Because that's the truth, and that exposes the area of your ignorance. Exposure happens to you, not to others. If your ignorance gets exposed to others, you'll feel ashamed. If your ignorance gets exposed to yourself, you get enlightened. Your choice. See you next class. They are supposed to close it. See, already they are all waiting.